Happy New Year, everyone! I got exactly one request to do a smoky eye makeup tutorial, so that is exactly what we're going to do today. Starting off with my base, I am once again reaching for my favorite skin tint. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Skin Tint, and I'm applying right onto my skin and using a brush to blend. Next, I'm just going to use a tiny amount of concealer just on those areas of darkness and redness. Blending out with the brush. Setting everything with some powder. And I'm just lightly dabbing on. I don't want to move my base around too much. Setting spray. For my brows, I'm just going to use a tinted brow gel. For blush, I'm using a bit of a darker color than I normally would go for. This is the Merit Flush Balm in Redux. So I'm applying just straight onto my face. Then I'm grabbing a brush and I'm just going to blend, focusing the blush mostly under my eye. And then bringing it out slightly. I'm just going to add a little bit more underneath my eyes. For my contour, I'm going for a little bit of a warmer contour than I normally go for. And I'm just going to put it on the tip of my nose, sides of my nose, cheekbones, and blend out with the brush. Next, I'm going to bronze my face just on the outer edges to give it some more. And next I'm going to go in with a cream highlighter just to accentuate the high points of my cheekbone as well as the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose. After all those cream products have been layered on, I'm just going to go in with a really light layer of powder. And setting spray. Now for the eyes, which are obviously the focal point since this is a smoky eye makeup tutorial. I really love this Dior eyeshadow palette for smoky eyes. And I'm just going to go in with the soft rose shade. And I'm applying pretty liberally, blending pretty high up towards my eyebrows. I'm going to start sculpting out the cat eye with the eyeshadow, just bringing it to this corner. And I'm doing the same thing on my other eye. Going in with some more product and really focusing it on my eyelid now. And I want to make sure that I'm covering the whole eyelid. Taking the same shade, I'm just adding some eyeshadow to my lower eyelid. And now that my eyelids have this really nice soft brown shade, we're going to dramatize it a bit more. So I'm going to take this matte mauve shade and focus it on the outer corner of my eyelids. Blending towards the inner area of my eyes. And I'm also going to add some to my lower eyelid, just at the outer edge of my eye. Now I'm taking the shimmery dark brown shade and really focusing it at the bottom corner of my lid. Right here, kind of in the crease. Also blending upwards. Since I'm going to be adding some black eyeliner later, I really want this area to be quite dark so it can blend in with the dark eyeliner. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with this darker brown shade. Taking a cleaner brush than I had before, I'm just gonna blend the upper area of my eyelid. And now I have something like this. Taking a Q-tip, I'm just gonna clean up underneath my eyes. And now I'm gonna go into some eyeliner, sharpening it first. So taking my eyeliner, I'm going to tight line my upper lid, draw out a cat eye, and also tight line my under eyelid. So this might take me a little bit of time. When tight lining my lower eyelid, I like to use this Sony waterproof eyeliner because it rarely budges. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other eye. So it looks a little messy, but don't worry, we're going to blend it out with an angled brush. And I'm just blurring the edges of the eyeliner so it blends a little bit more with my eyeshadow. And dragging out the cat eye. Oh, look how sharp that looks. I'm not going to touch my under eyelids yet. For my under eyelids, I'm using a Q-tip to blend it out. And taking my eyeshadow brush, I'm just going to roughly blend the eyeshadow and the eyeliner. And I'm gonna go into some more dark brown eyeshadow just to add a little bit more depth where I feel like it's lacking. And then taking this white, this pearly white, I'm going just for the inner corners. This mascara is my absolute favorite. It's taken me so long to find a mascara that doesn't smudge, and alas, I have found it. It is this Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. For my lips, I'm gonna keep it pretty neutral. Grabbing my favorite Cool Tone Contour from Westman Atelier. I'm just gonna add it to the outline of my lips. Going for that really nice halo effect on my lips. Then I'm grabbing a Cool Tone lip liner. And I'm using my fingers to blend it out. Using a small dense brush, I'm just going to blur the outside of my lip liner ever so slightly. And then I'm just going to add a pink lip gloss to the area of my lips. And tapping to blend. Last layer of powder. And last round of setting spray. And so that concludes my smoky eye makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment and I'll get right back to you. Bye!